I am a mother that has a child that's autistic.
Okay.
And it's been a journey.
Okay, let's talk about that journey. Being a parent is already hard.
Right.
I'm wondering when you noticed things were a little different for you as a parent.
I noticed when he would do little odd things, like he would stand off in a corner. He would hit himself. Different little things like that. Like, I know some kids don't like loud noises and stuff like that, but the appearance of my mom and my siblings and stuff would trigger him.
Eye contact.
And eye contact, yes, just anything would just, and I couldn't understand, like, and I just kept trying to figure out, like, something's wrong. I couldn't put my finger on it. I had a clue. I had a feeling, but I'm not a doctor, so I couldn't be the one to say, but I knew something was wrong.
You knew something was different.
Yeah.
And you're referring to your son, Eric, correct?
Yes.
So you have 2 kids, Eric and Imani.
Yep.
At what age did you notice things were a little different?
He was about 1.
1.
He's maybe a little bit before 1. He wouldn't crawl at all. He would just scoot on his bum. Like, he would just scoot. He couldn't climb. He couldn't do things like that. So I went through physical therapy, occupational therapy. The physical therapy got my son up and running. You know, he's doing excellent with that, the physical part of it. But as far as him, like, eating and that, like, he won't eat anything.
When you say anything, he doesn't eat at all?
At all. Nothing.
Okay. What kind of nutrients does he get?
They prescribed me to give him Pediasure for his nutrition. And it's been helping, and he's healthy, and he's gaining weight, but it's a slow process.
Okay. Let's take a step back. Let's talk about the journey when he was diagnosed with autism. At what age did he actually get diagnosed, and talk about the process from the beginning?
He was 3 when he got diagnosed. So this year of June, he was diagnosed officially with autism. Prior to that, I've expressed my concerns through his, PCP, and my sisters helped me out, getting references and different things like that. And it was just going on for about 2 years that I was just expressing my concerns with this. And nothing didn't officially get done until he was 3.
How frustrating was that?
Very frustrating. Very frustrating. Coming from a parent that, I have worked with autism, people, and just to deal with it personally is different. And for him to be as young as he is, he already can't express himself. So you have to have patience. And that's one thing I had to learn. You have to have patience. If you don't, you're just going to be all over the place.
Okay, so at 3, he was diagnosed with autism, right?
Yes.
What was your response to his diagnosis?
I wasn't shocked. I was more so refreshed. Relieved to know, like, now someone's hearing me. Someone's paying attention. Someone's getting the job done. Because, just saying things so many times, and not being heard, it hurts. It hurts. I have a bomb support system. But as the mother, it's hard.
It's different.
It's different.
So when you say it's hard, what did you find the most helpful during your journey?
The most helpful was, honestly, my niece, Sky. She has been A1 with him since day one. Honestly, he's crazy about her. Honestly, sure. Like he loves that girl, and I love it. And she takes time out with him. She's patient with him, and she's young herself. And she loves doing that. I see it.
Right.
And it makes me feel amazing to know that it's not coming from an outsider. It's coming from family. It's coming from love. Genuine.
Mm-hmm.
And I love it.
Right.
I love it.
So Sky has been very helpful. Thank you.
Definitely you. I can honestly say half of the journey that I've been through with this, you have been there every step of the way.
Aww.
Up into this day.
Mm-hmm.
Up into this day. And I appreciate that. I really do.
Oh, you're welcome, Britt. We're family, so we got to stick together.
Definitely.
And this is all new to all of us.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely.
It's just a new experience. What did you find was like the least helpful during the whole process?
Least helpful was just going unheard. Just going unheard. Just I'm telling y'all this, and the fact that he's still not eating after 3 years. Still, I have no answers to that. It's just crazy.
You're saying that you felt you were unheard and it took so long. And I can't speak on like the diagnosis process and how long, because I don't know if you have to be diagnosed at 2 or what age. Why do you think it took so long to get answers?
I honestly think it had a lot to do with the aging, him, being 3.
Okay.
But I also think that with me expressing this to them, they could have, looked into it a little further. No, he might not have been able to been diagnosed, but I could have been prepared for that more.
Got you.
And through so many different agencies and everything with him, and he's only 3.
So you're saying you wish that they would have gave you a hint, like, this is a possibility.
Yes.
We can't confirm, but
yes,
it's looking like he
and
may
it
be
was
autistic.
almost like when they did reassure me that he was autistic, he was already on his way to being diagnosed. So it was like a little too late because I was already getting help elsewhere.
Okay.
So I just felt like on their end, they could have just pushed it a little further. Like
okay. And then you want to explain that a little bit more, because you're saying you kind of reached out with kind of my resources versus his PCP doing there. Right. So when they kind of stepped in, you were already had it going in motion.
Yes.
With the process.
Yes.
Got you. So let's talk about Eric. Mm-hmm. How does Eric communicate?
Eric, he points, or he'll take you to something. He really communicates through TV, like his cartoons and stuff that he watches. That's the most time you'll really hear words and stuff out of him. Because he repeats. Like I said, Sky, she gets him up and going. So anything you hear him say, 9 times out of 10, it probably came from her.
Reading to him.
Mm-hmm. Or him watching one of his favorite cartoons or something like that.
So that goes back to, not to cut you off, go back to you saying patience.
Yes.
It's her taking her time, reading to him and, talking to him. And at some point in time, I feel like she became his safety net, his safe place.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so he communicates by pointing and things like that. But I feel like his communication has gotten a little better, right? Correct?
It has gotten a little better. It has, and I think that has a lot to do with me being more attentive to him.
Because you're at home. You're at home mom now.
Yes. So I think that, me being home now with him has a lot to do with his progression. Like, he's amazing. He's amazing. And I can't take that from him. Like, every day he just does something that just brightens up my day.
Aww.
Every day. He's something else.
What activity does Eric like?
He loves running the streets.
Going
outside. He loves being outside. He don't really do too many activities. He loves playing with his cars. He plays with his sister. They go back and forth with it all day. He reads with Sky. He does different little things. With him, it's just, you never know what you're going to get with him.
That's so true.
You never know it's hit or miss with him. Even with me being his mom, I never know.
That's so true. You never know.
Yes.
So, what activities does he dislike? Or some things you just notice that he just, you kind of steer away from?
Anything that,
you mentioned he doesn't like loud noises.
you know, he doesn't like loud. He listens to music. He likes music, but he doesn't like loud motorcycles. He doesn't like the vacuum. Anything that's loud, like a loud car or anything like that, he doesn't like.
Big crowds.
Loud, big crowds, loud voices, things like that. He doesn't like.
And some unfamiliar faces and things like that. Yeah. What does he do when he sees people he's not familiar with?
He'll shy away. He'll turn, or he'll start crying. Maybe he wants me to pick him up. He uses his blanket a lot. That's his other safety net. Like, he had that since day one, so he really favors that a lot.
His blankie?
Yeah.
How is he with your family?
At first, it was rough.
Talk about that.
It was rough. I mean, it was to the point like my dad couldn't even come walking in the door, and he would have a whole fit. I mean, he would snap out, cry, go crazy. Wouldn't let nobody come in. Wouldn't let nobody come in, touch him, nothing. Even like now, he's come around more. Like, so even with my mom, like, mom, he'll wave at her, he'll smile at her. He might let her pick him up, all depending on
how
him.
you feel.
And same with daddy, like, he's the same way with him. Like, but anybody else, like my siblings, they can come in and he'll take to them now. But prior, he would have a fit. But the ones that he is stuck on is Courtney and Sky. They can't come or go without him.
You know what? This is why I think that he's so attached to us, because we kind of take our time with him. Like, I come, take him, even if it's for 30 minutes. So now he knows me. He knows my car. So he comes, he know, oh, that's somebody I know, and she's going to take me somewhere. So he go get his black Air Forces. It's time to go with Auntie, and to kind of take our time with him.
Definitely. He sees that. Like, he can't express that, but he sees it.
Right.
He feel it. That's why when y'all come in, he be so excited. He be so excited.
Yeah, like you say, you never know what to expect.
You never know.
What makes him upset?
At first, it used to be really hard with giving him a bath. He used to dislike taking a bath. It used to be real rough. Like, he used to go crazy. Now he loves taking a bath. As long as there's bubbles in there and toys, he's cool. But even still now, like, changing him, wiping his face, brushing his teeth, doing his hair, all of that triggers him. Like, he throws a fit with all of that still to this day. And I still don't know why. Like, I know it's a censoring thing, but he's still like that.
That maybe it's the touch of like certain fabrics and things like that.
Or I don't know what it is. Honestly, I really don't. Because literally anything, it could be a soft rag, it could be a soft towel, anything, he still will go crazy.
So what do you think made him comfortable with getting in the tub, like getting washed up?
Me basically taking him, running the water, putting the bubbles in the tub for him. You know, letting him, like, just calming him, like, you know, just letting him know that it's okay.
Just make him feel comfortable and kind of letting him know this is what we're doing. First, we're doing this, and then
definitely step by step. There may have been times in the beginning where I may have had to get in the tub with him. You know, it has gotten to that point, but like I said, he has gotten so much better now, so much better.
Yeah, he doesn't like getting his hair combed, grooming and things like that.
No, but he don't got no problem with putting his clothes and his shoes on and going.
He just want to go. He don't want no grooming. He just want to go and be ready. So how do you calm him down when he gets upset?
Honestly, I'll pick him up, I'll give him his blanket, or I'll just give him that time to himself. And eventually he'll calm down and he'll come to me, and he may want his bottle, or he may want to watch a certain thing on TV. And I just figure it out some way or another, and he be fine. It don't be how it used to be. Like, he's calmed down a whole lot more.
Right.
Yeah.
So basically give him his time
Yeah,
alone.
yeah.
So we talked about you have another daughter named Imani.
Mm-hmm.
How does having a child with autism affect her? And does she understand what's going on?
I tried to, I explained it to her, and daily I try to explain it to her to let her know, that, he needs special care, and there may be times where I may have to tend to him more, but that doesn't mean that I care or love you any less.
You have those conversations with her?
All the time.
Okay.
All the time. And Imani knows. She knows how I feel about her. And she's 7, and she understands. It's just, she's young. And I can't expect her to fully understand.
Right.
But she's coming around too. And there'll be times she'll say little things like, you like my baby brother more than me. And that hurts.
It does, I'm sure.
That hurts. Because, baby, you the one who made me a mom. You made me a mom. So it start with me and you. I could never love you no different, less, or more than him.
I love that.
Never. I'm going to go to the ends of the earth about both of y'all. And she know it.
Oh,
she know it.
That's special.
She know it.
I love that. We talked a lot about your kids, Eric, Imani, but how do you handle the stress of being a parent and a parent raising a kid with autism? It
was real stressful.
How do you handle that stress?
It was real stressful. I mean, now I'm dealing with it a lot better because I am getting the help and the resources and everything that I need. But prior to that, I've been through different jobs. I had to quit a job. I just had to put a lot of things on hold to make sure that, my kids come first. I had to do everything I had to do for them. Like, and it put me in a bad depression. It was rough. It was rough. But like I said, I have a bomb support system.
That's important.
And that helped me get through a lot. Even though Eric don't take to certain people and this, that, or whatever, and I'm always with him. I'd rather that than for me to have to keep trying to figure out how I'm gonna make it work. And even with me being home now, I feel more better. I'm more comfortable. I know that I can be there for his every need.
Okay.
So, I mean, yeah, it was rough.
Still is, right?
It still is.
So what do you do? Do you take time to yourself? You take a hot bath,
and
smoke a little,
I get my little I'm learning to take time for myself.
Okay.
At first, I wouldn't, it was, and I still, my kids. But my kids are good. Like, they're well taken care of. They don't, they're happy, all of that. So now that's where, that's where I noticed that I can take time for me. They're comfortable, so I know I can be comfortable.
Okay, I get what you're saying. Okay.
So now, like I said, I'm learning, and I'm doing that. And I'm feeling good about that. I'm feeling good about that.
That's lovely. It's a lovely place to be. Right? Okay. What advice do you have for the parents out there that may possibly think that their kids may be autistic?
Do not ignore the signs. None. If it looks funny, if they moving funny, do not ignore it. Speak on it. Don't ever feel like you're the only person that's going through this, because at one point I thought I was, until I see so many people in the world dealing with this. And it just makes me feel much better that there are people out there as strong as me
Right.
So that's just what I want them to be. I want you to be strong. I want you to embrace it. I want you to let your child know that they don't have a problem. They're special.
Right.
They're a gift, and you take that all in, because that's what I'm doing. I'm taking it all in, and I love it, and I wouldn't trade it or change it for the world.
Love that. Period. If you have any concerns your child may have be autistic, get your child screened and contact your healthcare provider if you have any questions. Thank you, guys. This is Courtney with the Naked Truth Podcast.